Okay, day 296 off the grid, and we're back with what we know and love, solar power. Yes, this was a panel I got about a month ago off Trade Me. A bit of a dented corner from the, I believe, from the shipping, I think on the way to me. But luckily nothing else was damaged because it wasn't packed overly well, but never mind, it still works. I've tested it and it was cheap, so, and brand new. So all good. There's the panel. Now I've decided to see how cheap, quick and dirty I can possibly go with mounting a solar panel, because this panel here has been sitting in the power room in the way of everything for far too long now, and I just want to get it the hell out of there and doing something useful. So this is what I've come up with. Yep, couldn't be cheaper, quicker or dirtier. So basically this is a piece of wreck washed up from, well, it's not a piece of wreck, it's not off a ship clearly, it's a fence post that washed up on Foxton Beach that I collected along with the firewood. That's tannalized timber, so that'll survive direct burial like that in the ground for a very long time, because that's the way it was originally used, as a fence post. In fact, you can even see the standard there that the bloomin' insulator mounting that the electric fence used to run through when it was in its former life. And on top here we have a piece of demolition remu that I got from Jim that could have just as easily turned into firewood, but it seems a shame to burn remu as it's very hard to get. But when it's this old and it's full of nail holes and stuff, there's not a heck of a lot you can do about with it, you know. But there we go. I've put it up here, nailed it on straight to the end grain, which is not so great, but I've boosted it up on here with a bit of a gang nail plate, and that's nailed into the top and screwed into there, because this wood is so hard that the gang nails didn't go in there very well. But nevertheless, it's on solid now. I've given it a coat of old engine oil to just protect it from the elements without having to go to the trouble of painting it. So that's basically the T-bar that the solar panel back will rest on. I've just got to fabricate a couple of little metal brackets to secure it on there, because obviously I want it on there so it doesn't blow off and someone can't uplift it easily, because this is after all a ground mount. But here's the bottom of it, and this is, I think I've surpassed myself here. Yes, I've used batteries before as piers, like over here on this frame here, which is incidentally made from an old table. But now it's going to be the entire bottom mount, and as you can see I've planted it slightly. Maybe it'll grow little batteries, wouldn't that be cool? And the solar panel will actually just rest between the caps, and yes, that's right, the terminals, and it'll actually bridge those terminals. But this battery is so shot that that's not a problem. Although who knows, it may set up a little bit of galvanic action, but we'll see. Could be interesting, couldn't it? So yeah, I'm just waiting for this oil to soak in just a little bit more, but I might as well line it up now. Let's line it up. I can probably do this one-handed, it's that easy. Just show the general guts of it. Alright, there we go, solar panel. Yeah, sweet. Rest on the batteries. Obviously I'll straighten it up a bit more like that when I'm not filming. But yeah, that's the general idea. Well, that's basically the panel, how it's going to be, just secured with brackets and wired into the shed. Now you may notice, I don't know if you can see, it is an extreme angle there. Actually, it may be too extreme, but I really want this to be in a really good winter position to capture the sun when it comes through in the winter between these two heinous trees here, which is about the best sun you'll get towards the winter solstice. So yeah, it's for winter gain basically, this panel. So there we have it. Well, if I don't make a second part of the video, you've basically seen all there really is to see. But we'll see how we go. Been diving in and out all day of the heat. Unfortunately the clouds have come over late in the afternoon here. In fact, it's just about, well, it's pretty much early evening. It's 6:29 right now as I'm filming this. So there we go. There we go. Brilliant, eh? Brilliant. quick and dirty, the way I like it. There's the completed panel. All I've got to do now is wire it, and that's going to be a tomorrow job. I can get easily to the wiring here in the junction box without removing the panel, which is nice. So here's my brackets. They're just made of some scraps of colour steel that I actually found down in this garden here when I did this over today. Yes, that's actually going to be a garden again down there. As you can see, this area, I'll step back, has changed quite a bit from my efforts today. Other bracket the same. And here's the battery, doing a really good job. Now the whole thing is incredibly robust. It's incredibly robust, which is what we want, of course, in case there's a gale or something. But here's one little trick, one little hack, if you like. There's a trendy term for these things. Now what I've done here is just put these screws in to hold the panel so that it won't fall off under any circumstances the edge of the battery terminals here. But doesn't this give you a clue as to what you could do if you wanted to make a good connection to say an old car battery that you're using in a low current roll, and you don't want to waste money on a set of decent brass battery clips just to connect a low current source? Yeah, that's right, you could simply drill a hole in the terminal like I've done here and stick in a self-tapping screw. And if you put an eye lug under that screw and screwed it all the way down, obviously you'd use a shorter screw than what I have here, then you could make a very secure connection. It'd probably be good for up to say about half a dozen tighten and untighten cycles before it starts to become a bit sloppy, and after that you could just go up a gauge of screw if you needed to. Thought that's a pretty cool little trick, a trick that I've actually thought about before, and well, this is not doing it to make a connection, but it certainly proved the concept, and it's definitely a method I'll consider if I have to connect to a battery in the future for a low current purpose. So there we go, day 396 of the grid, and yeah, getting ready for winter basically. I mean, it's the day after Lunasa, so we've got about another 6 weeks of actual summer before it becomes autumn. As the summer slowly drains away, you know, I think it's time to start taking stock of what we've got and winter plans, and you know, hitting winter with our wheels spinning, so to speak. You know, we'll be doing better this winter than we were last winter, that's for sure. So there we are, there's one more solar panel, another 100 watts, extreme winter position as I've already stated, so it'll do well around the time of the solstice. Just hope that it doesn't shadow these ones too much, but if it does, I could easily move it somewhere else. Right, there we have it.